Okay, welcome back. I have already pre-prepared you with an understanding of the dual nature of Babylon, which would be commercial Babylon, which is the symbolic representation of the rule and control over man by the hidden mystery Babylon. Okay, and we've already understood those to be the Illuminati. Okay, now that's what we're dealing with right there. Now I want you to research the Empire of the Black Sun. Okay, and I can't give you all the details, but what I can do is tell you that they are made up of the Vatican, the London Financial District, and Washington, D.C. represents their military might. So we have the spirit, the money, and the might. This is how they exert their force and their control over the world, by the manipulation of these three things. So what we have is the Illuminati faction right before us in this triune representation. This is the hidden rule. This is the Illuminati. So, as we move over here, we're going to read this verse again, and I want you to remember what you saw as them being a three-member group. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So we're going to have a separation from just this being the woman, meaning commercial Babylon, and we're going to deal with the Babylon that actually rules over the kings of the earth, not the men of the earth. The men of the earth are ruled by commercial Babylon. The kings of the earth are ruled by the occultic Babylon, which is a three-member group. Now watch what I do here. I'm going to turn the page, one page back. And what we're going to look at is chapter 16, starting at verse 17. This is known as the seventh vial. And we're going to read through here. A lot of people think that this seventh vial is something that's going to happen in the future. Well, they're partly right, because all the way down here, some stuff does. But everything that we see here before us here is something that has already happened, and then something that's going to happen. So let's look at this and understand a little better. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, "It is done." This vial that's been poured out into the air is the chemtrails. They have been doing this for more than 40, 50 years to us already. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake. I'd like to break down this further. Listen closely. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings. I'd like to call your attention now to HAARP, which a lot of people say are responsible for the earthquakes, at least the earthquakes that have been around some of the world's important cities. Now let's talk about HAARP for a minute. HAARP is High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. It's an acronym, okay? HAARP, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. High frequency is sound, voices and thunders. Voices and thunders are sounds. They both can be equated to vibration. High frequency, the same. Then we have lightning. Lightning, let's listen to this again. High frequency active auroral. When we hear auroral, I want you to think that as lights. Listen to this. Aurora borealis. Well, the aurora borealis is none other than the northern lights. So we have here in perfect order the high frequency active auroral research program. And lo and behold, it precedes an earthquake. And this earthquake was so great and mighty. Now this great and mighty earthquake, think about the Fukushima Japan-related incident, that it shook the earth off of its axis and it even shortened the day. I'll be back for this part.